హలో
సార్ మూర్తి గారు నమస్తే.
నమస్తే నమస్తే నమస్తే. సో విన్నాను, బాగుంది, వెరీ గుడ్ ఎనాలిసిస్, మంచి ఎడ్యుకేటివ్.
లింగమూర్తి గారు రిటైర్డ్ ప్రొఫెసర్ స్టేయింగ్ ఎట్ విశాఖపట్నం.
సార్ నమస్తే సార్.
నమస్తే నమస్తే.
క్షమించాలి, మీ అనుభవం ముందర నేను చిన్నవాడిని.
అబ్బే నో నో, యు ఆర్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ ఇన్ యువర్ సబ్జెక్ట్. You are expert in your subject and they have to develop it, that's all. That is your subject, right? విన్నాను, చాలా విషయాలు తెలిసాయి, వెరీ గుడ్ చెప్పడానికి. ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఒక చిన్న డౌట్ అది. నాకు ఇప్పుడు అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ బడ్జెట్ ఆఫ్ 25 lakh crores or 23 lakh crores or something, nearly 30, 50, 55% is going towards loans and interest, sir.
అవును సార్.
Oh, and then how do you raise this money? Is all from taxes?
Yeah, of course, through taxes only.
So our tax money is going 55% is simply for paying our loans and interest.
True,
see, this is only for you. You are an economics man. I heard my Professor Sarveswar Garu is a great economic professor of Andhra University. You must be knowing. I heard his lecture when I was a young lecturer, and he gave a beautiful analysis. In those days, India is borrowing so much money. Then somebody asked, so if India is, if it is like that, how long it will go and what will happen to India? Then he said, if India progresses well and if India will be in a position to repay the money to US or somebody, they will not accept it, because that may inflate their own economy. That's what he told. Is about 40-45 years back, or even 50 years back. What is the meaning of that?
Just a second, sir.
Hello?
Sir, can you repeat again?
See, this is, we are actually, I am correlating your lecture to what I heard from Professor Sarveswar Rao. Is a great economic professor of Andhra University. You must have heard D.V. Ramana, and D.V. Ramana worked for United Nations. Sarveswar Rao is almost his guru. He was a very great economics professor. He gave a lecture when I was a young lecturer, and somebody asked, so when India is a position, when will India repay these debts in those days to the West, because they are getting so much of money in the form of debts. Then he said, when India develops and in India in a position to pay back the debts, they will not accept it, that money, because that will inflate their own economy. So the what we have now, 50% of our budget, which we are in the form of repayment, are we really repaying it, or we are showing it it is to be repaid?
Sir, we are repaying.
What is actually happening?
We are repaying
the
we are repaying
interest and loans.
See, for loans, interest we are paying about 20% for every budget.
Okay.
So
they are allotting, okay.
But simultaneously we are doing developmental works also. For that regard, again we are doing borrowings.
Oh, same sources.
Yeah, same sources. So that's the reason our debt ratio also increasing. But compared to any other developed country, our debt ratio against to GDP is very less.
Okay.
So if you take a USA's debt ratio against to GDP is more than 200%.
Yeah. See, USA, somebody said, I heard Gurumurthi's lecture. He's a great economist, you know, Gurumurthi ji.
Yeah.
US is it's all living on debt economy. It's all on borrowed economy. That's what he said. And that is true also. Okay.
So if you compare with any developed country, we are very optimistic and we are very strengthened.
Okay. Very good. So what do you project? How our economic position in the, for example, when compared with most of the European countries? Of course, Japan, of course, we can't reach Japan perhaps. And with European countries, where do we stand after, say, the the times to come, maybe after 4 years or 5 years? What is the
Sir,
our predictions?
initially in my lecture, I told already what USA played in the name of globalization. So
Yes.
USA had its own policy for its own people, that be American, buy American concept, but it has
Yes.
propagated the concept of globalization to the rest of the world, saying that
Yes.
you have to allow all kinds of imports from all corners of the world. But where it comes
Right.
to Europe and particularly USA, it could not allow any single product from any other
Yeah.
country.
Right.
So this was the hegemony of USA and developed countries against to developing countries. So this has to be
Yes.
tackled at the WTO level. So now the time has come
Yeah.
to tackle all of these developed countries, these plannings. So now it's the time India
Yeah.
is doing in a right track, and it is tackling China, USA, everybody. Of course, USA now it's depending on different countries. Of course, on India also.
Yeah.
So now India is
Right.
stood against to all the countries, and it's going in right track. That I
Very
can
good.
see.
Very good. Very good. Happy to know that.
Thank you, sir.
ధన్యవాదాలు రామూర్తి గారు. నెక్స్ట్ లక్ష్మీ కుమార్ గారు అండి. సార్ డాక్టర్ లక్ష్మీ కుమార్ గారు ప్లీజ్.
Sir, good morning, sir. So Dr. Lingamurthy, it was a very wonderful presentation.
Thank you,
So yeah. So I am working as assistant professor in SRM University, Chennai.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have seen your presentation, but I have a small doubt. See, మీరు యాక్చువల్గా అండి వెల్త్ క్రియేషన్ బడ్జెట్ ప్రజెంట్ చేశారు మాకు. అంటే ఐ మీన్ ఏదైతే బడ్జెట్ ప్రవేశపెట్టారో అది మీరు ప్రజెంట్ చేశారు. సో చాలా బాగుంది. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ యాక్చువల్గా నా రిక్వెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే, ఈ వెల్త్ క్రియేషన్ బడ్జెట్ తో పాటు ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ జనరేషన్ బడ్జెట్ కూడా మీరు ఇవ్వగలిగితే ఇది చాలా హెల్ప్ఫుల్ అవుతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్. ఎందువల్లంటే see, we have already this regime, maybe I think all of the participants are from Sangh background, so I will little open. So actually మనం లాస్ట్ టైం కూడా మనం పవర్ లో ఉన్నాము. సో మనము లాస్ట్ టైం కూడా all this wealth creation budgets లోనే we are focusing on that right from beginning. Okay, so that we felt that creates that generates a lot of employment. So మనం ఏంటంటే, so even to tackle or to confront the people, what are the criticism we are facing by the especially this communist government, communist parties and other people. Suppose if you can present the employment generation that is related with the wealth creation budget, it would be more helpful. Especially ఏదైనా debates లో కానీ ఎక్కడైనా వాట్సాప్ చాటింగ్ లో కానీ it will be highly useful for the people like me. So to tackle the people, that is one thing. And second point is, whatever the central government is introducing these reforms, or you can say the policies, or these platforms, like example, I'll say PMAY. So Pradhan Mantri, I think Awas Yojana, that is, and Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana. So ఇవన్నీ సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేస్తున్నప్పటికీ, ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ దగ్గరకు వచ్చేప్పటికీ ఆల్ ద క్రెడిట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు ద స్టేట్ గవర్నమెంట్స్. ఎస్పెషల్లీ నేను మా విలేజ్కి వెళ్ళి మా విలేజ్ లో పీపుల్ని అడిగితే వాళ్ళు ఏం చెప్తున్నారంటే, ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐఎమ్ నేమింగ్, ఓకే ప్లీజ్ డోంట్ వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ మిస్టేక్ మీ దట్ ఐఎమ్ అగెన్స్ట్ దిస్ పర్సన్ అండ్ దట్ పర్సన్. సో దే ఆర్ సేయింగ్ దట్ Jagan is giving some 2.5 lakh per home, but actually this money is coming from the PMAY, I feel. ఓకే, సో దీన్ని ఎట్లాగా మనం ట్యాకిల్ చేయాలి గ్రౌండ్ బ్యాటిల్లో? సో రీసెంట్ గా ఈవెన్ పెట్రోల్, మేబీ ఇట్ ఈస్ లిటిల్ బియాండ్ యువర్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్, ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ ద పెట్రోల్ హైక్ ఆఫ్ ది పెట్రోల్ రేట్ హైక్స్ ఆల్సో. సో ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే, వీఆర్ ద గ్రౌండ్ బ్యాటిల్, ఐ థింక్ వీఆర్ ఫేసింగ్ సమ్ డిఫికల్టీ for the justification. Anyway, you forget the petrol rate now. It is not related to present day discussion. So what are the first points? Maybe can you focus on this and comment on this?
Yeah, thank you, sir. You raised very valid questions that is particularly related to employment in this disguised situation.
Yes.
So when we are talking about the strengthening robust infrastructure, both physically and social, so that itself is interlinked with the employment creation. So when you create infrastructure to agriculture and industry, automatically employment will be involved. So when you have established proper infrastructure, then automatically MSME units will be increased. Then agricultural entrepreneurship will be increased. FPOs will come up. So that's what will be created. So due to lack of proper infrastructure, only our MSMEs scale up is not happening. So last year, economic survey has come up with one document, entrepreneurship and wealth creation at the grassroots. That is one of the chapter in economic survey. So that chapter indicates that till 2014, at the district level, just 3.2% at the district level offices. But after 2014, 12.6% of the hike happened in the name of startups. So when at the district level, 10% of the increase happens in entrepreneurship registration, that creates 1.5% of the district domestic product. So you have to facilitate the situation to grow up the institutions at the district level and create the situation to create the environment to set up MSME units or entrepreneurship, whether it is agriculture or manufacturing or service sector. So that automatically leads to employment creation opportunities. So that's what I can say, but I cannot say it is giving direct employment to the young minds. But of course, it will facilitate the employment opportunities. That's what I can say. And second thing, PMAY, you are correct. Most of the state governments are stating the schemes about providing housing as part of their government initiatives. But to counter this, there is a e-Gram Swaraj app. You can download it in your mobile, and you can see in your mobile how much grant has come to your village. All the villages of this country can be seen in that particular app for last 5 years data. How much central government grant has sanctioned to your village, your particular village. How many projects have been completed? How many projects are in progress? Everything you will come to know through e-Gram Swaraj portal app, mobile app. Please download it and see year by year how much grant has been come to your village and how much it is spent and how much is in progress. So through this you can counter by showing the accurate data in front of with your friends. So third thing, credit goes to state governments for all the schemes. That has to be countered with alternative narration, counter narration. So that's what the required, that is the need of the hour to do with this kind of education only. Thank you.
Sir, the first point నేను అడిగింది మీరు ఏమన్నా ఒక probably initiation తీసుకొని ఒక small presentation చేసి can you distribute to the participants of this meeting maybe after some time? It will be helpful.
Certainly.
That will be more helpful for us.
For example, in this budget also, this budget has given 7 textile parks.
Yes.
So in handloom, 1 unit of handloom will provide about 4 people employment.
Yeah, even I saw in the news they have given green signal for 7 toy industries in the country.
Yeah. So there are many initiatives, but employment concept has not been mentioned in anywhere.
Yeah. That is the
So-
quantification of employment is very much important for a common man to understand.
That's
Otherwise, what is happening, people are thinking that, especially the common man and even our own people, they were misguided that, all the money has been given to industries and corporates. Okay, so, but actually they don't know what is the chain that, when with industries only one can create employment, right? That, they have forgotten and, they are simply blaming the corporates and these industries that, government is giving money for the industries. So somewhere you have to open the eyes of this common man by saying that these many industries are creating this much of employment, or presently this many number of percentage of the people, this much of percentage of the people are having the employment. Maybe such kind of statistics, I think, will be, very much helpful actually for the people, especially.
Certainly we will do, but it is not the right time to discuss everything. So
Yeah,
that's the
right,
reason
right. I understand
Yeah,
that. Yes.
because in manufacturing sector, average employment is 8%. When
Yeah.
it comes to in service sector, it is only 3%.
Yeah.
So this is again, it's a different discussion. So that's the reason I could not cover here. But thank you
Fine.
for raising question.
సో మీరు అది ప్రజెంటేషన్ చేసి మీరు టైం ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ టైం ఆల్సో అది ఈ పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ కానీ ఎస్పెషలీ సోషల్ మీడియాలో కానీ ఇట్లా ఏమన్నా పోస్ట్ చేయగలిగితే అది చాలా హెల్ప్ఫుల్ గా ఉంటుంది సార్.
Will do certainly. Thank you.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi Kumar garu. Kindly give your phone number or something else, because I forward చేశాను చూడండి ఒక గూగుల్ ఫార్మాట్.
ఓకే సార్.
ఎవరన్నా వీళ్ళు మన రిసోర్స్ పర్సన్స్ గివ్ ఎనీ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ సబ్జెక్ట్ కన్సర్న్ ఏమైనా మ్యాటర్.
సార్ ఇక్కడ చాట్ డిజేబుల్ చేసింది ఈవెన్ టు టైప్ మై ఫోన్ నెంబర్. సో ప్రాబ్లీ కెన్ ఐ జస్ట్ టెల్ ఇట్ ఓరలీ?
Sir, you write down my number 90.
వన్ సెకండ్ సార్, నెంబర్ నోట్ చేసుకో.
చాట్ ఎనేబుల్ చేశానండి.
Yeah, okay, sir. Sir, actually, I worked in ABVP as a national executive member of ABVP.
Oh.
While I was doing PhD from Andhra University. So then presently, and I'm drawing cartoons in the name of Laxtoon. Some of the cartoons are went viral actually. Generally, I am doing on the nationalistic thoughts only.
Great, sir. Which subject you are?
I am from physics background, sir. My PhD is in physics. నేను అట్మాస్ఫిరిక్ సైన్స్ లో రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తుంటాను.
Oh, great.
నేను ఒక 10 years నుంచి SRM యూనివర్సిటీ చెన్నైలో అసిస్టెంట్ ప్రొఫెసర్ గా చేస్తున్నానండి. రీసెర్చ్ అసిస్టెంట్.
Sir, we'll be in touch.
ఓకే సార్. సార్ మీ నెంబర్ చెప్తారా ఒకసారి?
90
90
140
140
30
30
809.
809. ఓకే. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ. నెక్స్ట్ అరుణోదయ రవిచంద్రి గారు. హలో మేడం.
I don't know whether it is directly related to the budget or not. కాకపోతే నేను మిడిల్ క్లాస్ ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ గురించి అడగదలుచుకున్నానండి. బికాస్ nobody got any concession this time. Like middle class ఎలా అంటే మిడిల్ స్టేజ్ లాగే it is a little bit ignored. పై టాప్ అండ్ బాటమ్ కన్నా కూడా మధ్యలో పిల్లల్ని కొంచెం సర్దుకో అన్నట్టే మిడిల్ క్లాస్ కూడా సర్దుకో అంటారు. సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి గారు he says if you completely abolish the income tax, you can generate more tax revenue through indirect taxes అని చెప్తూ ఉంటారు కదా. So what do you think about it?
You are correct by saying that middle class people are ignored. Of course, there was no much emphasis on taxation, so there was no change at all. So
Yes,
as it was
exactly.
continued from last budget.
Yes.
But those who crossed 75 years, they were exempted from filing taxes. So that's what this time it has been mentioned. But
Okay.
abolition of taxes still it's a debatable subject. Not only Subramania Swamiji, there were one more economist who built an institution called Ardha Kranti. He was given one presentation in Ramoji Film City also.
Okay.
But still, it is not a workable solution. It's not a workable notion. Still, people are in discussion mode.
Okay.
Have to wait for the final results.
Okay, because we are paying so much in indirect taxes. Through indirect taxes, we are paying GSTs, वगैरह, petrol tax, on petrol, everything we are paying. And on the top of it, you have to pay the income tax. That too, the situation in the last year has been very bad, even for the middle class. Everybody is not a software engineer and everybody is not a government employee.
But
And
madam, one
that's
thing we have to
data.
understand in this particular situation, government does not have any alternative situation,
Yeah.
because government has to create an environment where economy can survive and revive.
Yeah,
But
right, right.
by deducting taxes, government cannot afford. So that's the reason we have to understand at the present situation what government can do, it has done. That's what my opinion.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Sir, one message received from one of the participants. Could you enlighten our audience how government generate the money that they spend on public good, defense, etc.? Most people think money is just printed by government.
Actually, in budget itself, it has shown most of the expenditure, as I said, occurred on borrowings and other liabilities, that is 36%. And second thing is on interest payments, about 20%. Altogether, it is 56%. That's what we have discussed with Murthy Ganti sir also. And on defense, the percentage of spending on defense is about 8%. And for subsidies for the welfare schemes and pensions, everything, we are spending about 9%. And to share state government shares from the central taxes, that is about 16%. So it is not only minting money, we are generating money through taxes from the people, and we are distributing to the people in different mediums, that is to central shares and central government liabilities and taxes of shares, all these things. So that's what I would like to say. It is 8% on defense, and about the subsidies and welfare, it is about 9 plus 5, 14%. So we are getting subsidy for cylinder, we are getting subsidy for electricity, we are getting subsidy for different utilities. So that also comes under welfare measurements only. That's what I would like to say.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Murthy, would you like to ask some of? Okay. Before that, end of the session.
So there is one question: what happens to a nation when the sovereign debt spirals, and how it is option affected? I'm sorry to say, I'm not from that particular field. I cannot give an answer without much comment on it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sir, I had one doubt about this income tax. There is a same slab of 30% to the 10 lakhs for the partnership and as well as the income company accounts.
Sir?
Income tax slab రెండిటికి ఒకటే ఉందండి 30% 10 lakhs దాకా కంపెనీస్ కి పార్ట్నర్షిప్ కి.
అవును, దాంట్లో చేంజెస్ చేయలేదు.
అది
ప్రస్తుతం ఉన్నటువంటి పరిస్థితుల్లో ప్రభుత్వం ఎంతవరకు చేయగలిగిందో అంతవరకు చేసిందని నేను అనుకుంటున్నాను. బట్ ఎవ్రీబడి హ్యాస్ ఇట్ దేర్ ఓన్ ఒపీనియన్ పర్సెప్షన్. వి కెన్ డిబేట్ ఇట్.
ఓకే సార్, ఇంకెవరు లేరు అనుకుంటాను. లేదా విల్ క్లోజ్ దిస్ సెషన్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ లింగమూర్తి గారు, పార్టిసిపేట్స్ అందరికి. చాలా అనలిటికల్ గా ఈ పాండమిక్ ఉన్న కండిషన్స్ లో బడ్జెట్ ని ఫర్దర్ గా బడ్జెట్ కామన్ మ్యాన్ కి ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ కానీ ₹1,000 ట్యాక్స్ వేయకుండా చాలా తీసుకొచ్చారని వివరంగా మీకు చెప్పారు. ధన్యవాదాలు లింగమూర్తి గారు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. ఒక మంచి ప్లాట్ఫామ్ కి నన్ను ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేశారు. మీకు ధన్యవాదాలు. తర్వాత ఇంతసేపు నన్ను క్షుణ్ణంగా విన్నారు, మీ ఇన్పుట్స్ ఇచ్చారు. మీ అందరికి కూడా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలుపుకుంటున్నాను. తర్వాత నన్ను కనెక్ట్ చేసినటువంటి ఎన్వికే ప్రసాద్ గారికి కూడా నా యొక్క హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు. నమస్తే అండి అందరికీ.
నమస్తే.